delays that were occasioned by the arguments between Squire Trelawney and Mr. Samoa, the captain he had hired some weeks before. They were oil and water, argued about everything.
And the problem this time, sir?
There is no this time about it, sir. It is the same problem I approached before, which is, I don't like this cruise and I don't like the men.
Well, perhaps you don't like the ship, sir.
She seems a clever craft, but I haven't sailed her yet, how?
So you say you don't like the cruise, sir? Why is that?
I was engaged in what we call short orders to sail this ship, but that's, gentlemen, where and when we shall pick me. So far, so good. But now I find that every man before the mast knows more than I do. Such as that we're looking for treasure. And as for the men, I should have had the choosing of them. I'm the captain.
Well, you had the choosing, but you couldn't find them, now could you?
You don't find a good crew of a night.
Well, Silver did not, didn't he?
Not in my opinion, no, he didn't.
Gentlemen, please. What is your wish at this juncture?
First point, the crew is now loading the powder and arms to the forward, but there is a perfectly good place under our cabins. There we can keep an eye on. Second point, Squire, you have two of your men with you as well as the boy Hopkins. Get the berths there next to our cabins. Then all our allies are together.
In other words, you're new.
I did not say that. But I ask that you take certain precautions or let me resign.
Fine, fine. Do as you please. Move the power and the men. But notice, I am extremely out. Good day, sir.
And so the time came at last for our voyage to begin. On Sunday morning, we went to church where the squire, Dr. Livesey, Mr. Silver, and I asked for a special blessing for our journey. For safety, good health, and blessed peace. That night came the final bustle as everything was stowed in place. Then, a little before dawn, Boatswain sounded his pipe. But as the sky turned red with the first beams of morning, we headed out into the open sea as the Hispaniola began her voyage to the Isle of Treasure.
Ship of the line, fore and aft. Port from the coast now. Lean ahead and hold her steady.
Goodness. I'd have been keeping this bright and glorious morning.
Well, thank you.
Come, sit. Spinning on with old John. No one's more welcome than yourself, lad. Small cheer and great welcome make a merry feast.
I can.
You most certainly can. I reckon you know how to peel a potato.
I think so.
Try and get just the skill. Like this.
I'm sorry you have to do work like this. I'm sure on your other ships you had assistants and scullions and things like that.
Sorry. For peeling potatoes. Jim, lad, don't you never feel sorry for doing an honest day's work. No matter what the task. What? Think of all the good we're doing right here, right now, this very second. First, we are getting our arms and our fingers as strong as steel. All the better to do our other tasks when the time comes along. Second, we are creating a thing of beauty with this here potato. Just like the good Lord did by compounding the likes of you and me on the day of creation. Just look at that masterpiece. Ready to jump into a pot of boiling water out of sheer vanity, huh? I see gals and tobacco papers, as pretty as that. Of course, I never put my lips on that low end of the potato. That might change my point of view. And third, we're getting our mouths watering just smelling this sweet. so we're sure to do the good Lord's work at supper time and clean our plates, like our mothers taught us. God bless their souls. Fourth, the crew that eats these potatoes is going to be strong and healthy because of it, so they can do their tasks and bring us home safe and sound. 5, we're drawing a little bit of blood from our fingers now and again, so we never have to play the piano. 6, we're staying out of trouble. And 7, we're stealing a few minutes among friends, and there ain't nothing wrong with that on the high seas now, is there? So you tell me, what's wrong with peeling a few potatoes?
Hey, Silver, you're one below deck by the captain.
Did he say what he wants?
Not a clue, but I think it's all right.
I best get going, Jim. Don't swallow them potatoes without me.
Have you known Mr. Silver long?
What old barbecue? Dog ain't even the word. Leaving from Serena to the Spanish Main together. I knows him like the back of me hand. Brave as a lion is. I saw him lose a leg off the coast of Tripoli. Mangled it were. And then they amputates it right on deck. And he just watches them do it. And he don't utter a sound. Huh, now look at him. Peeling potatoes.
He seems happy with the voyage.
Oh, of course he's happy. He's looking forward to getting me,
Getting the what?
getting to the island, that's all. So tell me something. You know that I've always liked you, right? Just the way old John is. I like you like a mate. You see, Israel Hands and Jim Hawkins, right. Tell me something, Jim Hawkins. Is it you who's got the map?
What?
The map of the island, which shows the treasure.
I have no idea what you mean.
Of course you do. Do you keep it on you? In your jacket?
I don't know what you're on about.
I just want to see it. Just so I can just let me feel it with my fingers. Guys, I just want to start dreaming and make it snap. Stop it!
Sarah Corbin.
Well, it's
No, sir.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, get to your duties. Now. You too, Hopkins.
yes, sir.
And stay out of trouble.
I'll try, sir.
Next day, I tried to tell John what happened with Mr. Hands, but he said I must have misunderstood. I knew he was wrong, but had no suspicion that my encounter with Hands was merely the beginning of a longer nightmare that would come to a treacherous and bloody end. It began with a barrel of apples which stood broached in the waist of the ship for anyone to help himself. It was just after sundown in the third week of our voyage, and it occurred to me that I should like an apple before turning in. The barrel was so huge that I had to climb inside, where I found scarce any apples left. But sitting down there in the dark, what with the sound of water and the rocking movement of the ship, I had either fallen asleep or was on the point of doing so when a noise jostled me to my senses.